Hi there, it's John Bice in Sarasota, Florida. Beautiful Sarasota, Florida, I might add. And believe it or not, I'm inside today. It's 67 degrees outside. Holy cow, it's wintertime in Florida. So that's freezing for us Floridians. And yes, I am a real Floridian. There's not many of us around. Hey, today I've got so many people that are asking, obviously marketing to baby boomers the way we do, about 55 plus communities, what you should look for besides just the house, just the price. What else are we looking for, John? So I found a great article in one of the online publications that I subscribe to, and I wanted to go over some of the things that I think are very, very important for you to consider if you're going to be living in a 55 plus community. So, number one, social calendar. How busy is it? How busy do you want it to be? That's very, very important. Um, some people are thinking about retirement and being super active, like having something to do every single day. I've got a client that lives in the Del Webb here. Both of them are busy doing something every day, either Pilates, going to the gym, water volleyball, pickleball, something. They've got things that they're doing every single day. Some people want to have activities when they want activities. So you got to really meet the activity director in a community, talk to them, ask them some questions about things that are important to you. You may want to form a club that they don't have. It can be anything. People who love to play ping pong, they might not have a club for that, but you might want to do that. Obviously, they're going to have all the amenities there: pools, lagoon style pools, pickleball courts and tennis courts and places to work out. But other activities, what's important to you? So talk to the activity director and find out. They'll have a calendar there at the community. Look and see how full it is, and look at some of the things that they've got going on. Is that important to you? And is it the things that you're looking for? Cost and location, obviously very important. But besides being within the community, look around the community. How far is the closest grocery store? How far is the nearest mall to go shopping? Where do people go to eat? How far away is that? You have to look at these things because what's important to you? Do you want to drive 20 minutes to get to a grocery store? Do you want to drive 5 minutes to get to a grocery store? What is important to you? So when you're driving into these communities, take a look around at the rest of the community. Now, I will say the Lakewood Ranch community that we market to, about, it's all encompassing. I mean, everything is there. But not all communities are like that. I sold a home in the Del Webb in Naples this last year. It's 11 miles from the interstate, probably a good 5 miles to the first grocery store that I saw. Now, there could be things in other directions, but it was 11 miles away from the interstate. So those things are big things to consider. Yeah, you get a heck of a deal on a home there. Probably an hour to get to the beach, and that's in Naples, Florida. So, yeah, really pay attention to those things. Again, clubs and activities, we talked about that. Do residents who live there, are they retired or are they still working? There's no way really to tell. I would say the vast majority, and this is completely a guess, but and just the people that I've sold to in the Del Webb here, we've sold 30 houses in the Del Webb here. I would say every single one of those people that I've sold to in Del Webb are retired. But I guarantee you, with the amount of people who work from home these days, baby boomers are retiring early. Some go back to work. But I would say the vast majority of the people that are in the 55 plus communities here are retired. Yes. Do they live there year round? I think, and again, no statistics to back this up, and just dealing with the people that I've sold to, they've all been year-round residents. Now, some people, yeah, they're going to be snowbirds that live in these communities, but the vast majority of them, I would say, are going to live here. Now, snowbirds typically are the people who come down in their RVs, or they bought something down here 10, 20 years ago when they paid $200,000 for a villa, and it's not in one of these gated, amenity rich communities. So, will you have snowbirds that live in these communities that have come down and paid $600,000 or $700,000 for a house? Sure, yeah, there'll be people like that, but the vast majority are going to be people who live here year round. Community grounds. What's the community surrounded by? Other communities? Is it surrounded by, is there a loud road? Now, they're putting in a new Del Webb here and a second Del Webb in Lakewood Ranch. It's going to have some traffic noise. So that's very important. I think you should go there at different times of the day. Go there early in the morning when, rush hour. Go there later in the afternoon. What's traffic like getting in and out of these communities? That's important to you. Now, a lot of people live in these communities, retired. There's a restaurant in the community, so you're not going to be going outside of it a lot. But what's the traffic like around it? I think that's a big thing to consider. Community amenities. How many things are there for you? Like some of these communities, the Del Webbs, they have a restaurant inside the community. Our active adult communities, Esplanade, restaurant inside the community. Is there a fee, a yearly annual fee that's associated with those restaurants? I can tell you that the Del Webb here in Lakewood Ranch, and the one also, Del Webb Bayview, that's located in Parrish, which is about 15 minutes to the north of us. There's a $500 minimum per year, which when you think about that on a yearly basis, going and having, a couple of sandwiches and a couple of cocktails, $500 is going to go pretty quick. But you might not be somebody who wants to eat at the restaurant, but there's still a $500 minimum per year to go live in that community. That's above and beyond your monthly fees that you pay there. So every community that I know of, everything is included. The use of the pools, the workout facilities, being part of the clubs and all that. But make sure that's the case. And also ask, is internet and cable included? Cable's going away pretty much. We got rid of cable, but at least internet, is that included in your HOA fees? So, of course, lawn maintenance. I don't know a community here where the lawn maintenance is not part of the HOA fee. So that's really, in this area, you don't have to worry about it, but that's something to consider as well. Look at the clubhouse, go through there. Are they maintaining it? What's it look like? What size is it? How's the workout facilities? Look at the pools. Again, do they have places to go watch movies, media rooms? We talked about restaurants, arts and crafts studios. I've seen one of the communities here, the Del Webb up in Parrish. They actually have a place where people who work with clay, they have I believe it's called a kiln, where you fire up and put the clay in there. So those are all things. Community kitchens. Most of them are going to have community kitchens. Some of them have a place where you can do wine events, but a lot of them, not a lot of them, all of them have some type of community kitchen. Can you cook there? Can there be parties there? Can you rent that if you want to have some kind of social event? Again, all things to consider. Outdoor amenities. That goes under the tennis, the pickleball, the bocce ball, the jacuzzis and pools, all of those things. Find out, how important is that to you? How often are you going to use that? Is the pool, as silly as it sounds in Florida, is the pool heated? Do they have a resistance pool where you can swim against the current? Is that something you'd like to do? If it's a golfing community, which the Del Webbs here are not golfing communities, the Esplanades, the active adult communities are golfing communities, but they have lots that are tied to golfing and they have lots that are not tied to the golf membership. So you want to be sure of that if you're an avid golfer. I always try to talk people out of moving into a golfing community because we have, I believe it's 8 golf courses just within Lakewood Ranch. So there's a golf course every, couple of miles here. So that's something, to consider also. We talked about the lifestyle director. We kind of touched on HOA fees. So here, the HOA fees are going to cover your gated security, use of all the amenities, and all of your yard work is done for you. Everything, mowing, edging, trimming. If a tree dies, they come and replace the tree. They even set the sprinkler systems for you for the different times of the year. Obviously, not as often during rainy season. And then when it's drier during the winter, they adjust it for that. So that's also something to consider. HOA fees, designs of the homes. Obviously, a square footage. All of this new construction now, they don't make formal living, formal dining, family rooms. It's a great room plan. So I know people coming from the north, I talk to them all the time. We're in 4,000 square feet. It's 2 people, 4,000 square feet. We're in 2,400 square feet, and we've got a room on the back of the house, a bedroom. We never go in it. So it's just back there. When we bought this house, we still had a kid at home, but she has since moved out, and that room is just a collection room now. So, make sure the floor plan you want and what's important to you there. Is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a den okay? Or do you have to have 3 bedrooms in a den, 3-bedroom, 3-bath in a den? Think about those things and get online and really search for that before you get there, and do the communities offer those things that you're looking for. As I said, size and square footage, they're all going to build one level unless you want to add a second story onto the home. The 55 plus communities aren't going to do 2-story homes, at least the ones here, unless you go and add the second story on. So their basic floor plans are going to be single story, which is important to the 55 plus crowd. The community layout, how far away is the clubhouse in the middle of the community, or is it up towards the front where it's a little bit of a drive to get to? Does that matter? Probably. Architectural styles. So I could go on and on and on. Again, we get back to the surrounding areas about this, but we're here to support you, give you ideas of things to think about, not only when you're talking to us or emailing us, but when you get here. We want to talk to you about all of these things. We want to get you familiar with the area that you're interested in. We have a lot of ground to cover. I mean, there's a lot of area here at Manatee and Sarasota County, a lot of things to look at, a lot of options. So we want you to think about these before you arrive. Pick up the phone, call me. I answer questions from people all the time. Give me a call, 941-962-7443. You can reach me almost any time between 8 and 6. And if I miss your call, just leave me a message. I'll call you back, I promise. So I'm not a typical real estate agent that's just going to randomly send you stuff. I want to talk to you and find out what specifically you're looking for. I have people here tomorrow. She has to have a jacuzzi for the pool. So we're going to find a pool home for her that has a jacuzzi. So she didn't want to look at anything that has a pool but no jacuzzi. So those are the type of things I want to know before we start sending you information about homes. We'll put a personalized plan together for you. So again, baby boomers are who I market to. Let me help you out if you want to live here in paradise. And I look forward to hearing from you, talking to you about the things that are important to you. And if you're finding this helpful, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We try to put out 2 to 3 videos a week about living here in the Sarasota area. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I made you think about some things. And I'm here to help you find your home in paradise. I hope to talk to you very, very soon. Thanks.